Here. Good morning, everyone. I'm live on stream. Just FYI. Where's mom? Still in bed. Giving some time for everyone to get in here. I got it all set up so you guys can see the beach and the water. It's not as warm today. Already, I've noticed as what it was yesterday. Yesterday it got hot quick. Hey, TC. Good to see you. Oh, stretching. Got my coffee. Whew, I got a lot of sun yesterday. I'm all red. Doesn't blame me, or it doesn't bother me though. Much rather have the color. Uh, Good morning, Nancy. Supergirl. That's funny. This. I don't know why this tripod. There we go. I was leaning. Georgie was all mad because I'm normally 2 hours after her. And now that I'm here, I'm an hour ahead of her. So she was missing the show yesterday. Was upset about it. I was like, just catch it on replay. It'll be fine. I don't. It wants me to re-sign into my Facebook account, and I'm not logged in on my phone on the Veteran Nation account, just on my personal, and yeah, it's throwing a lot of my stats off. It's not like I know there's a couple of you here, but it's telling me, okay, it finally updated. It was like one person was here. I'm like, okay, I know that's not correct. Yep, this resort, it's right on the beach. You can see the pool down there. That's where I've been spending most of my time at the pool, not on the beach. Pool's warm though. Not gonna complain. Sun is out. I didn't see any ships. Yeah, no ships this morning. Yesterday there was 3 of them out there. This thing, why is this thing like this? Oh, trying to get this. It's like I've never had this where like the base. It's a tripod. It should be sturdy. And it's like leaning, but the bottom piece is touching. Normally that doesn't touch. I gotta see if there's some way for me to push that up. That's what's throwing it off. This is not a hotel per se. This is it's not. It's like an Airbnb. It's a condo that's open for rent. So like, there's no like we don't have room service or anything like that. No maids. Airbnbs can be okay, but there are times where they're not. Like, I won't stay in an Airbnb in Las Vegas. I'm just not going to. I'll stay at one of the casinos. There's just more there. Now, I would much rather do Airbnb for a cabin, but I didn't pick this one. my parents did. They just wanted something on. They wanted on the beach, and we looked at some homes. Um, some of these people, what they want for their beach homes, it's kind of crazy. I get it though. I'm not gonna be down on them for it. Like they're just looking for a higher class of people to rent out their stuff because renters wear down stuff. And that's true of Airbnb. If you're doing an Airbnb with the intent of, oh, this place we're going to keep it super nice and keep a lot of nice stuff in it. Nah, like this place is filled with IKEA furniture, and I get it. It doesn't bother me one bit. Um, they're doing that part cheap, but there's nice things like we've got. It's either cable or satellite. I don't know. There's pretty decent Wi-Fi. Like the boys are in playing their video games every day, and having no problems playing with their buddies. People are like, "Are you back home yet?" I'm like, "No, I'm here for a week. This is a week long vacation." And I got some bad news this morning. Well, it's not necessarily bad news. A good friend of mine, I think he's a master gunnery sergeant now, and he's being retired due to a medical condition, and the retirement is next week. And I really wanted to be there for his retirement, but I won't be able to. Um, I, I I'll you know I'll try to talk with my mom about it or something. Maybe I can. He's in DC. Maybe I can get a last minute flight or something. But chances of that are very low. Especially for me to do that, I have to cancel another trip that I'm taking. I've got like boom, 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 boom. I've got a bunch of trips right in a row. I've got this. I got a conference I'm going to later on this month. It's yeah, it's pretty crazy. Uh, did you guys check out TC's interview yesterday? I had it on, but I had my nieces, so I couldn't pay a lot of attention to it. So I'm gonna rewatch it once it's quiet. It's so funny. The boys, my son, my nephew, they're just like, yeah, 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 we're gonna go do this, and they're fine. You leave them alone. They're just like they might get like if they're playing their video games, they might get loud, like talking about the game, but they're focused on that. Whereas these girls, oh my God, one was doing sand art the other day, and just sit here, Uncle Mike. I am Nancy. Yep, I'm at Hilton Head. Uh, like sit here, and like just I'm like I'm not doing sand art. She's like, well, you're not doing it. I'm doing it, but we want you right. Uh, and I laugh. Kids make me feel younger. Uh, so yeah, like us going down to the pool and everything was a lot of fun. We were we got a little ball and we were throwing it back and forth and all that. So it was a nice thing. We'll be in a boxing ring. We will, TC. You know what? I got to get up to Minnesota. I haven't been up there in years. And, my ex is from Minnesota. So my son's got family up there. And I've told him, I said, if you ever want to go see your grandma or anybody over on that side of the family, if your mom won't take you, I will. So I might be up there. And I love fishing up there. I really do love fishing. Um, and that's the real sad thing about my ex, not being a good co-parent is because I would happily, like take trips and stuff and be like, okay, you and your boyfriend get a cabin, I'll get my cabin, then Thomas just can go back and forth and do whatever he wants. But yeah, instead I got to worry about being attacked from behind. Minnesota is a beautiful state, especially the further north you go. I like it. Uh, like the southern area is much, much like the plains. But the further north you go, it gets more wooded. Um, and I've always said I would happily buy a cabin up there. Uh, the problem I have with Minnesota is the winters are so long. It's the same problem I have with Ohio and Michigan, where I've lived as well. Is the winters just get so long. If they were shorter, it'd be fine. And people are like, "How can you deal with living in the desert? It's so hot." It is hot. It is, and it's unbearably hot this time of year. But in about a month and a half from now, it'll be nice again. Like, yeah, the summer months suck. Mid May to mid September. That stinks. The rest of the time, it is beautiful, even when it's cold. Like, and I get freezing temperatures. It'll be freezing in the morning, but you get outside and it'll be 50s during the day. Wear a jacket, you're fine. Yeah, yeah. You, yeah, you live in the little house on the prairie. It'll be cool when once I find a vehicle that I can take on the road, because I do want to go up to Sturgis. I know a lot of veterans go. I'm not a motorcycle guy myself. I would just like to go and talk with veterans. Uh, so I'd like to go up there for that. And that's not too far from Minnesota. If I did do that, yeah, TC would be dealing with Skipper sleeping in a van or a box truck out in front of his house. Right? Isn't that that's so weird? I'm just like, yeah, like if you have somebody, just move on. Just move on with your life. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like I I had to move back to the town where my ex lives because of stuff with my son. And again, you know, I had a good co-parent, that wouldn't have happened. But yeah, and she's trashed me to people, and there are people that used to be friends who don't really talk to me, and that's okay. I, you know, I don't want to be friends with someone who doesn't want to be friends with me. I've always felt that way. And those people, not really the best of friends. Like, if someone can drop you that quick, then they weren't really your friend. And that's okay. There are people who are my friends who I keep very close. And there are, people who are acquaintances, and that's fine. But, yeah, people who want to be close with me are close with me. I have to laugh. My brother and my mom aren't coming out, so they don't want to be seen or heard on camera, which I respect that. That's fine. But my brother has been on the show before. But yeah, I get it. Yeah, like when it comes to stuff like this, they want to do it on their terms. And you know what's funny about cheating? That girl stalked you because she didn't have confidence in her relationship. 100%. Because it was a cheat, it was an affair, it was a cheating situation. You can't trust someone like that. Is he spraying down? Yeah, they're spraying down the patio down there. I didn't give you a chance. I asked you if you want to be a part of this show. You kidding me? But we actually need to talk, TC, you and I, we need to talk about both of our goals for this thing. A lot of the goals I had, we've reached. I wanted 5,000 subscribers. We're well above that. I wanted 5,000 followers on X. We're above that. I wanted other veterans to want to be a part of the channel and even, take and do their own shows. And I think we're there with, you know, Kahanu driving the whole thing on this Veteran Nation Unexplained. Um, so we got to talk about what are going to be our new goals going forward. Um, I need to finish my book. There's two things I need to finish. I need to finish my book and my cookbook. Um, I fought for him for months to leave, and he wouldn't until she became well. At least you got to that point, Like I wouldn't be better about that. I kept telling my ex, look, you either need to work on this or uh, divorce me and move on. I was always willing to be a husband, always, until it was clear that that relationship was never going to be salvaged. And I moved away, moved on with my life. But my goal is to back your play, you rock, and you are my friend. Well, I've said it many, many times. I am very thankful that I met you. I'm very thankful that uh, you agreed to come on to the show um, because you offer things that I can't, and that's the good thing. I understand there are things I'm good at. There's things I suck at, but the things that I'm good at and things I suck at are normally the things that you're good at. Like so something I suck at, you're good at, and something I'm good at, maybe you suck at. So we give each other this really good dichotomy where it works, and I think Kahanu just adds uh, and improves on it. Um, so yeah, I think we're in a really good spot. Um, I I was talking to someone the other day, and I said, as far as the channel Veteran Nation, where it's at currently, I think this thing is going to explode. What that'll look like, I don't know, but we're about ready to break. Like we're about ready to break through something. I went to the lawyer the next day and had divorce papers drawn up for adultery. Yeah, I can't do that in California. Adultery is not a thing. It's a no fault state as well. Um, but I could sue them over the affair because there's a California law called loss of consortium. I could sue them over, and I'm not trying to. I just want them to leave me alone. But it, they're fighting me on this restraining order, and it it's probably going. I'll probably end up having to sue them, and that'll be one of the things I toss in. Oh, you have great things that you bring to the table. It's hard to find people who are passionate about things, and you are absolutely passionate, and that's a good thing. I have no, like I've told you before, I've got no problem with the drama. Like if when we disagree or when you disagree with a guest, drama sells. It really does. And hey, Greg, good to see you. Um, yeah, drama sells. It's interesting to watch, and it makes everyone better. People don't debate, and debate is about exchanging information. That's what debate is about. And when you debate, you actually end up smarter. When you have to defend what you believe, you end up better. You come up with better ideas. That was back in. Oh, yeah. that's but yeah, I think I still my next goals are to get the show to where I can go on the road and take the show on the road. That'll be good. Uh, and I do want to get to the point where we do a veterans festival or a series of veterans festivals. Those would be my next lofty goals, like very big level things. I've always wanted either a van or a box truck that I can, travel in, pull into a national park and sleep if I need to, but I want the logo real big on it. But, you're part of this too. So you tell me what goals you'd like to see. If you'd like to do, start doing speaking engagements and stuff like that, I can see that stuff. But, and I'm going to have to do that if I write the book. I've got 5 chapters done. Uh, Fi I want to get at least 8 chapters, and then I'll need to rewrite it. Rewrites always make things better. I've rewritten the chapters a couple times, but I'm going to rewrite the whole thing. So that'll be. I'd like to say I could. I'd like to have that out within a year, but we'll see. I don't know. I've been really lazy with it. I go through spurts of productivity. Like I'll not touch it for a couple months and then spend a month obsessing on it. Um, the cookbook is the cookbook. I've got several things. I just need to sit down and reformat them, and it's tedious and exhausting. But once I get it done, there's Georgie. There's my bestie. Once I get the cookbook, um, yeah, like once I sit down and just with the cookbook, I think that'll be a cool thing that people, be able to purchase. And see, the other thing about doing a book is it becomes another thing of passive income for the show. Uh, Something that, yeah, I work now for it, but then once it's out there, it just slowly will make money. And just, fund new equipment and stuff like that. We need to get GoPros. At least I do. I don't think you have one, TC. We should probably put that on like the short term list. I'm always smiling. I have to laugh about this trip. These kids are so much like me and my brother. It's disgusting. Like we'll be talking about something and they get all loud and we'll start just giving each other a hard time. We have fun. Good morning, Yankee Bell. Good to see you. But yeah, that's what we have to do. We have to figure out what we want. Like I think we're now to a point. I think we've shown that we can get some big guests. Um, there is one guy I'd like to get who's on my list, and that's Wayne Dupree. He actually followed me on Twitter the other day. So, and we've had people from his show on before. Um, before you came on, TC. But Wayne, he's got a big audience. Does a show on YouTube. I think we can get him now as a guest. That's the hard part. When you don't have any followers, it's hard to get a guest. Some people are very generous and they're like, no, I don't care. It'll help you out. Some people are like, well, you only have this many followers. Um, Me, I don't care. Like, I'll give shout outs to people. I think it's more important for me to shout out people with less followers and subscribers than people with more. Uh, and I'll keep trying to do that. I would much rather build others up. Yeah, we need another cooking episode. What we need, what we should do is a cookbook, a Veteran Nation cookbook, and then a cooking with TC cookbook. Yeah, I'm really, really excited to have Detective Matt on. I think that's going to be great. Uh, he does a lot of good work, and you know, you're able to pull in big guests like that. Um, so I think we're when it comes to guests, I think we're in a really good spot. Long Island, I think he'd be great to have on. I really like what Sean does. Um, Detective Matt is Detective Matt Thornton. He's got a YouTube channel. He does a lot of YouTube shorts where he breaks down cop behavior, and he's a good cop. He is one of the good guys. He's all about de-escalation, and he points out when you see these bad cops who are focused on escalation. I'm I had lost weight this week, and I'm gaining or prior to this week, and I'm gaining it back. It's funny because like when I arrived here, uh, I was talking to my mom. I was like, "Yeah, I had a problem with my shorts because they were shorts that were tight on me for a long time. Like I didn't need a belt, and now I need a belt. And the belt that I brought didn't like it was too wide for it, so I actually had to borrow a belt from my son. But it was a military belt, and it has a plastic clasp, and I wore it because going through TSA, there's no metal on it, so it's a belt that I don't have to take off. That's why Skipper did that. He's from Illinois, correct? No, I need to reapply more sunblock. I need to reapply more. I had some on. Hold on. See, I'm a little bit red right there. I, I was just in the pool for a couple hours yesterday. So yeah, I got a little bit too much sun, but that's okay. I don't care. Yeah, he is. He's big in police accountability, and he does a great job. I I wish more departments were following people like him. Oh, most people watching us are watching us on X this morning. Welcome, welcome. Please retweet this if you can. Factor 50. We had a strong one. I think it was SPF 90, but I have to reapply is the problem. I do a good job of putting it on and putting it on like half hour before we go in the pool, so it does stick to me. That's why I didn't get like insanely burnt. I'm just red. Like I'm not like burnt. I'm just red. Like this doesn't hurt. Um, but yeah, and after a couple days here, I'll just start turning dark. No, I didn't see Jeremy Short from today. I'll check it out. We've got aloe. I'll put aloe on. I'm used to putting on lotion and moisturizer. So, in fact, I think that's why I look. I believe I look younger than my age. Not like a ton, just a couple years younger. I get shocked by like I've seen some people who are my age, and I'm like, ooh, they look they look rough. I'm looking at that. I'm gonna probably get going here soon. I might jump on with Georgie and Coop if they'll have me. I'm gonna go inside, and the kids aren't up yet, but we'll start making breakfast. I think we're doing French toast today. I'll find out once I get inside. All right, guys. It's been a half hour, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Thank you all for being here. Please like, share, subscribe, give a comment. I do appreciate this. I love when people watch the replays and give me comments on stuff. So yeah, and I'll check out Jeremy Short. I've been behind on a lot of the stuff that I watch. I got all the mama stuff. Yeah, I've been behind on all the stuff that I normally watch, so I'll be getting caught up. But yeah, thank you guys for all being here, and as always, thank you.